unfortunately, when you see memes like this, it's it's um it's a no win. It's a no win, and here's why. So this meme says, well, this tweeter, she says men got to stop giving sex in their seat to women who don't want to take their leadership in direction, right? And her next on the next slide it says some men are part of the problem due to their lack of D discipline and self-respect. And this is true. This is true. I'm not saying she's wrong, but like I said, when you see a lot of women giving their opinions on what men need to do, it's or basically on the male experience, it's I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's always incomplete. Meaning this. Say if you have a man that does have standards, right? He's usually shamed to high hell. I don't know if you guys saw this recent video of basically this dude, he was on TV, black man, right? And he said he don't want to date no single moms. And they they tore him to shreds. But that's a man having standards. That's a man having his boundaries, right? And he just doesn't want to take seriously a single mom. But most men, especially black men, they can't say that. If you're like, say if you're like black men having the worst when it comes to dating, I always believe this because of this. It's not because it's because I'm talking about in the community. I mean, in the community specifically, because I'm telling you, just ask any black man. If a black man is over 30 and he dates any woman under the age of 30 or even close to that, they're gonna call him a P, a metaphile. I can't say the whole word, but you know what I mean when I say that. They're gonna say he's a predator. They're gonna call him R. Kelly if he dates any woman under the age of 30, or if he even says any woman that's between 18 and 28 that he finds attractive. They're gonna say he's a predator, and basically he has to settle for literally leftovers. Like imagine if you're like a guy, a black man, you're over age 30, you know, you work hard, but you couldn't get what you want in your 20s because for most men, they don't have it like that in their 20s. They have to work for what they can get in the dating market. And if he wants to start a family, he can't even really start fresh if he wants to stay in within his community. You know what I mean? And that's why black men end up venturing out because they just want something fresh. They don't want to start off with an obese single mom of four. Now he got to take care of them and the whole situation. And if a man says, I don't want that situation, he gets called a child predator. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying this statement is wrong. And on top of that, let's hit to number two. Men, at the end of the day, it's the ladies that control the access to sex. It doesn't like men can't just give sex. First of all, with all these consent laws, all these Me Too, all this stuff, dude, it's complete. Sex is not, especially in today's age, sex and pregnancy. It is completely in the hands of the American woman. They have complete control and autonomy over that. Men can't just give, for the average man can't just give sex. He has to literally fight and claw sometimes just to even get like he needs to have his stuff together. That I'm talking about the average man, because most women are not attracted to most men, right? So the average man has to work hard just to even get a date. Just to get a date. And let her and like not flake. You know what I mean? So you have something like this. Men got to stop giving sex in their seat to women who don't want to take their leadership in direction. It's not even a matter of that, because most men can't even get to that part. So really, the tweet should be, women got to stop giving sex to men that are not taking them seriously. You know what I mean? That's really what the tweet should be about, because most men don't even have the power anyways, because women are the ultimate gatekeepers to sex. And when we talk about lack of D discipline, like I said, any man with especially black men, any man with some kind of standard of, oh, I don't want my woman to be overweight, I don't want my woman to be this religion. Anytime a man sets a standard, I'm talking about he gets shamed. He gets shamed. So it's yes, in theory, a man should be very disciplined, on that front. But like I said, most, especially young men, end up getting groomed into basically thinking that they're not allowed to be attracted to younger women, or you know what I mean, or and older women are the way to go. A lot of men I've seen have been groomed to think that way. I'm not saying any names. You know what I mean? But, when you talk about statements like this, there needs to be a level of empathy when it comes to these kind of topics. Well, I was looking crazy there. But there needs to be a level of empathy when it comes to these kind of topics. And when women start speaking on these kind of topics, it's very incomplete because the man, say the average man will see this and be like, you know what? I agree with this. And then go out and still find himself in a pickle because he's not seeing the whole picture of it. Hence why the MGTOWs and guys like that, content creators like Hammerhand and them, get demonetized because they really put it out there. They show you the full, and they give you that option to choose what you want to do with your life. You know what I mean? Statements like that are often very incomplete. Very incomplete. Like, remember, I dropped that video about women cheating and men cheating, and how she just basically says how women cheat better than men, but really the X factor is the side chicks and the side men. And that's why men get caught, because side chicks hate that they're side chicks and side men love their position. That's the X factor. But if you just take it at face value, it's giving women a little bit too much credit, even on that front, on that end. You know what I mean? So you always got to get the full picture of these kind of things before you speak on it. I got to clip that South African, that little South African kid with that white girl. I got to clip that. He said, you must ask before you talk.